Hi guys, my name is Melissa and my presentation will be on Guantanamo Bay. It will be on who was detained, why, for how long, and what happened to those that were wrongly detained. So in order to understand how Guantanamo Bay came to exist, first you need some background information. Guantanamo Bay was a result Guantanamo Bay was a result of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Now, I'm sure all of you know what that is already, but we'll still go over it. The 9/11 attacks were four terrorist attacks that happened on 9/11. They directly attacked. Two of the planes crashed into the North and South Twin Towers. The third plane crashed into the Pentagon, and the fourth plane meant to crash into the fourth plane was headed to the Capitol. These four planes were directly attacking the freedom of the United States. They each represented taking away a sort of security that we had being here. The two Twin Towers were the tallest buildings that we had in America. They were a sort of pride. So attacking those was a way to take away that from America. Once you take away their pride, once you take away anyone's pride, they kind of fall down. So attacking the Pentagon was directly attacking the defense that America had. And then if they had succeeded in attacking the Capitol, they would have completely caused chaos. Everything would have been shut down, and which is obviously what they wanted. It is so easy for a country to just cease existing once they lose all their resources, which is exactly what would have happened. After the 9/11 attacks took place, President Bush took it upon himself to create the Bush Doctrine. Bush Doctrine was basically saying that we would not give up our freedom. If you are not with us, you are against us, and it was a direct message towards all of the terrorists that they wouldn't be able to tear us down. The result of this would be that we would now be attacking countries that harbor terrorists. We would also be striking first, and finally, we would openly support democratic countries.
I also want to speak tonight directly to Muslims throughout the world. We respect your faith. It's practiced freely by many millions of Americans, and by millions more in countries that America counts as friends. Its teachings are good and peaceful. Yet those who commit evil in the name of Allah blaspheme the name of Allah. The terrorists.
After everything had gone down, the U.S. Patriot Act went into action. The U.S. Patriot Act was wiretapping, observing people's phone calls, their emails, everything. It completely invaded citizens' privacy, and while doing that, it also started looking for connections between people that lived in America and the connections they had in the Middle East. When looking for this connection, they started gathering who seemed suspicious, who could possibly be a terrorist, anything that seemed a little bit off. That's how anybody that seemed a little bit off, that seemed a little bit suspicious, all of that came together, and that's how Guantanamo Bay came to be. The people that were housed at Guantanamo Bay had a connection with someone, or had a connection in the Middle East, and they were sent here. Most of the people that were held in Guantanamo Bay were not actually American. They were people that they picked up from foreign countries, and they were basically in a detention camp. They weren't allowed to be tortured, but they were permitted, but it was allowed for them to be intensely interrogated, which also included waterboarding, which is a torture, which is considered torture in many other countries. In case you don't know what waterboarding is, it is drowning a piece of cloth in water and then placing it over a person's face, covering their nose, their mouth, their ears, and making them feel as if they're drowning. Obviously, not everyone that was kept there was guilty. All they were guilty of was having a connection from the Middle East. And for the people that didn't live in America, it was as simple as just being a part of the country that America was scared of. So there were a couple of things that happened to people that were falsely accused. After people are released, many of them were sent back to their home countries, and only a very few select were able to continue living the lives that they had before. Thank you for watching my presentation on Guantanamo Bay, and have a nice day.